In 2015, we saw that the FBI was again monitoring civil rights groups' protests in Baltimore when they marched for the Black Lives Matters movement. They got airplanes that they contracted that were secretly run by the FBI. They weren't registered in a way that the government was going to say, these are our planes, they're doing surveillance missions. It was uncovered by journalists because they saw a flight path that looked like this. Citizen journalists saw there were planes that during the period of this protest just constantly circled the city again and again and again. And when they looked at later, and they actually started forcing the government, when they started going to records, when they started looking at contracts, they went, you know, this is something that the government is going to have to admit sooner or later. We're going to get caught red-handed on this, so we need to admit it. And they did admit it. They said, look, we did it, but we're just simply trying to maintain the peace. We're just simply trying to maintain national security. What this actually means is the same thing that it meant when they were monitoring Martin Luther King. National security doesn't mean what it sounds like to you and me. National security isn't about preventing foreign troops from landing on US shores, right? We have the largest military spending in the world. We outspend the next 10 nations combined. We could fight a war with the next 10 nations combined and beat them handily. We are an extraordinarily advanced nuclear nation. Our national security is not in question, particularly from political movements. But national security, from the perspective of an intelligence officer, whether there's CIA, the NSA, or the FBI, means stability of the current political system. Now, I don't mean democracy here, right? I don't mean the people are voting. I mean the parties that are in power, the personalities that are in power, cannot be threatened in a way that could sort of radically provoke snap elections, new changes, changes in procedures, policies that agencies would shut down. The government would be really restructured in new ways. That's what they mean by national security, and that's something that I think is not very well understood.